Welcome, guys. Tim and Sally, thank you to be here with us. We want to share and hear from you a little bit about the story of the house 22 in Coco Bay. Um, we want you to share your experience, your vision, and how was the journey we built together since we start from zero. Um, Thank you, guys, and hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you guys did how you did feel about being involved in this design process from the very beginning?
I think it made all of us pretty comfortable. This was not the first house we've built, so this was fairly similar to our last one where we talked to them and kind of tweaked designs and stuff. So that wasn't really new to us,
Okay.
but it was good.
Yeah, it was a very positive experience from the very beginning, from buying the piece of land and starting the design process. And I think the vision that we had was very similar to the vision that you guys had in Construction Rise, and with what we were looking for in terms of being able to rent our home with ensuite bathrooms in the bedrooms and every bedroom having a view of the bay.
Nice, very nice. In your opinion, what made this experience different from other construction projects? You said it's not your first time. So, what can you tell us about that?
We talked about this last night. The biggest difference between this, and we just finished a house probably 6 months before this one started, was being 1,000 miles away in another country.
And not being able to come and see the project as often as we usually do in a construction project. So I think the distance. But we were able to compensate that with Zoom or Google Meet meetings with the building team, which was very helpful, and drone footage that we were constantly being sent. So that was very nice to see some visual when we were not able to be down here in person.
Yes. Yeah, you guys did a very good job of filling in the gaps of when we couldn't be here.
Thank you, guys. Okay, what aspects of our communication and collaboration stood out you the most?
Well, like Sally said, the Zoom meetings and the drone footage that was shared with us was very nice, and that was good. And what was it? Read the question again.
What aspects of our communication and collaboration stood out to you the most?
Sally and I talked about this last night also. Your responsiveness. Whenever we had a question, it was answered the same day or the next day.
Thank you very much. How would you describe the level of professionalism and attention to details you experienced through this project?
You can go.
I think everyone that we worked with on your team was very professional. Every time we came on site, everyone had their GAT shirts, so we knew who was with the building team. As far as being able to communicate, very professional in communicating with us. Even when we didn't come, I guess, eye to eye on some of the things, we worked through the process together and were able to come, I guess, in the middle and get the construction finished. So,
Thank you. So, which part of the process gave you the most confidence in our work?
We both talked about this again last night and felt very comfortable when talking to particularly Gustavo one day at lunch. He talked about submitting this house to an engineering magazine, so that made me feel good that if he was going to try and get this submitted and published, that he was doing very good work, or he wouldn't have submitted it. And something that gave me a lot of comfort that day was he went into explaining how this house was built like it was being built in California on a hillside, met the same earthquake codes, met the same electrical codes. So that gave me a lot of, or decreased any anxiety I may have been having about what was going on, and made me feel comfortable that we were going to get a quality product.
Thank you. So how did our team's approach contribute to your overall satisfaction?
I think we've kind of,
It came out, I think, better than we had expected. I guess just looking at from the beginning of the process, we knew we were going to come into a beautiful home, but the finished product, I think, just overwhelmed us, and it turned out way better than I think we had even hoped for, and we're very excited to be able to come here and enjoy it, and to share our home with others on the rental program.
Nice. So you will say it was a nice journey, right?
Yes, it was a very positive experience, yes.
What specific moments or decisions made you feel most supported as a client? If you have one.
I think just again the responsiveness of your team. Anytime we had a question, somebody was always answering on WhatsApp. And then if we had some other issues, a meeting was always scheduled via a Google Meet. And, you know, there was no hesitation in answering our questions.
Okay. So let's talk about how do you think this project reflect your visions and expectations?
well, I think the finished product exceeded our expectations, for sure. It turned out much more, the visual wow factor was bigger than I thought it was going to be. And the overall design flows well. It turned out better than I had thought it was going to as far as its overall curb appeal and user friendliness.
Nice. Thanks to be honest. So, would you recommend our services to others? And if so, what would you highlight about your experience with us?
We both definitely
would
recommend
recommend
it.
you guys as builders again. And again, just being able to communicate very well with everyone, and the responsiveness of your team when we had questions, I think was the biggest thing that
That
stand out. And
made being a long ways away easier. Just took away a lot of not all the unknown, but took a lot of the unknown away by how much you guys shared videos and talked to us, and that is the part that if we had a builder who didn't communicate, this would have been a much more stressful experience.
Absolutely, agree.
And I think when we came up on problems too and brought those to your attention, those were always addressed very easily. So we appreciate the ease of work and communication with your team.
Thank you. So the final question, is there anything else you would like to share about how this project impacted you positively?
There's nothing I can say to add for the positivity. I mean, overall, it was an overwhelmingly positive experience. The negatives were very few. I know this wasn't your question, but I think one of the negatives that needs to be fine-tuned on the builder side of stuff is giving the client a more realistic finish date.
Timeline.
The timeline, yes.
Okay. So, we want to sincerely thank you guys, Tim and Sally, for trusting us and allowing us to be part of this journey. Your confidence and collaboration made this project truly special. We look forward to future opportunities to create together. With this, we close today's conversation, leaving the final words to Tim and Sally.
I'm very happy.
Yes, we can't wait to come and enjoy it, and to invite our friends and family over to see our beautiful home and to see Coco and visit Costa Rica. So we're excited to come back.
Yes.
Great. On behalf of our team, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.